BTS Army, gather around and grab your tissues, because while the boys may be on their extended hiatus, we are still getting heartwarming and emotional content from their docuseries to hold us over until they're back in action. What's up? I'm Erin Robinson here with Clevver News, and BTS Army members know how dedicated the guys of BTS are and how deserving they are of all the success they've had. They put everything they have into their performances, their songs, their music videos, but the best part about the boys is that they aren't afraid to be honest with their fans. So I'm sure by now you've all seen their documentary that was in theaters this summer called Bring the Soul, the movie, but now we're getting even more behind the scenes content from BTS in their Bring the Soul docuseries. And in case you haven't seen it yet, the docuseries premiered exclusively on Weverse app on August 27th for a reasonable fee of $17.99. It's still on there for you to download and watch over and over and over again if you haven't had a chance yet. And while we all know that the documentary movie left us all sobbing at many points, the docuseries is also no different. Like I said, grab the tissues. Episode 3 is particularly heart-wrenching. Jimin tells a story about BTS's Hard Times during a dinner with Jungkook. And let me just warn you again, it may make you shed a tear or 2 or 12. I already knew this episode was going to be emotional just based off the title, which is Relationship, and its subtitle says Jimin to Jungkook. Apparently, I said I feel alone. While the episode did spotlight Jimin and Jungkook's friendship, which might be the best friendship of all time, in one scene, Jimin and Jungkook have dinner together, and Jimin gets emotional talking about the BTS members and their hard times. He started by opening up saying, "I came to the hotel and I asked for more soju. Then I said I'm really lonely. I kept saying I don't think using separate rooms was a good idea." He went on to reveal that he once cried when talking about his bandmates, and Jungkook teased him by saying, "Why? Why'd you cry? You like us so much." But that's when things actually took a more serious turn. Jimin said, "Not because I like you guys so much, but because you guys were all going through hard times. I was too. Everyone was telling me not to think too much into it, but in my opinion, we're a team and we'll be together in the future. So how can I not care?"
What? Am I crying? No, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Okay, sorry, we had to bring a little comedic relief here because this is so sweet and everyone's emotions are running high at this point in this video. But for real, Jimin's story just continued to prove what we already know. The boys of BTS aren't just friends, they're basically family to each other. They care deeply about one another and have helped each other through some really difficult times. And Jimin is never one to stay negative, so obviously he found a way to bring some positivity into this challenging issue. He talked about how in all of this he found light in their music, even when he was drinking, trying to drown out the hard times. Their conversation also revealed details about what would presumably become Jimin's first record-breaking self-produced song, Promise. And all of this BTS love just has me wondering, when is this hiatus going to be over? Though there's no official word on when it's going to end, some fans are speculating that it could be as soon as October. Korean Daily reported that BTS is scheduled to perform at the opening of the 100th Korean National Sports Championship on October 4th, meaning the boys could be back together in less than a month, you guys. But even if they end up performing again soon, one BTS member's time with the band is likely beginning to come to an end, at least for now. Jin, who's the oldest member of BTS, will most likely have to serve in the South Korean military sometime in 2020, which means he'll have to take even more time off from BTS. And in case you aren't familiar with South Korean laws, all able-bodied male citizens between the ages of 18 and 28 are required to enlist in the military and serve at least 21 months. There are exceptions for some people, like athletes, but K-pop groups are historically not exempt from this. While it seemed like there may have been hope of an exemption for Jin, it looks like he will have to go on and sign up since he's already delayed his duty for as long as he can. Back in April, he addressed his inevitable enlistment to CBS Sunday Morning and said, "As a Korean, it's natural, and someday when duty calls, we'll be ready to respond and do our best." And even though it wouldn't be a permanent departure and the band still could perform without him, fans on Twitter are very unwell over this news. One person wrote, "So I just read an article saying Jin will have to enlist no later than June 2020. I'm not ready. I can't let him go yet." Another said, I'm not excited because Jin will have his military enlistment. But others are more understanding of the news, like this Army member who said, whether they enlist all of them together or one by one, we will always support them and stand by their side, respecting their decision. As Jin said, military enlistment is a normal thing for every Korean citizen. Also, Jungkook assures that nothing can impact their friendship. But I want to know what you guys thought of all of this. Did you cry watching the boys talk about their hard times? And when do you think that the BTS hiatus is going to be over? Do you really think it could be as soon as October? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, head over to that subscribe button and let's make our relationship YouTube official here. And don't freak out. We're more than happy for this one to be a one-sided relationship where we're doing all the work, like delivering entertainment news. So click the bell. Also catch up on everything else right over here in this box. I'm Erin Robinson, and I'll see you next time.